The Justifier plugin found within the built-ins in the container plugins and the transformation folder will help us justify things within the center or left, top, bottom, or wherever we need it within our scene. So to take a look at this plugin and how it works, we've set up a scene here to save us some time. And you can see that our first example here is a bullet point scene. We have our OMO put on it, so that means an operator or a controller could come in here and choose how many containers they want to see. And we have our keep visible button here on within the OMO. So again, the operator could come in and choose how many bullet points they want to present within this graphic. Now, depending how the scene is set up or how they want the scene set up, you may not want the bullet points to grow from the top, and you can use the Justifier to tell it where you want it to grow. So for example, if we wanted this to grow out from the center and always have this be centered, we can use the Justifier for that. And I'm going to drag the Justifier onto my topmost container here. I have my fonts as a subcontainer. So we'll go into the Justifier here, and what we want to say is align on Y. So we're going to turn align on Y on, and we're going to choose an option here. So first we're going to choose center. And when you do that, you notice a little shift there, and it opens up this little window down here. It says Y anchor, and this gives us a little adjustment point that we can make the adjustment on the Y if need be, because now if we go into our transformation editor, we can no longer use this transform Y to move our container because the Justifier is now taking over. So if we go into the OMO and choose the number of containers that we want here, it will justify out from the center. So you can see here we start at the center point, and then as we add containers, it will grow from the center. We could go into the Justifier and change this. So if you didn't want it to grow from the center, obviously you could change it to the top and or bottom. Now we can switch this to bottom, and if we go into our OMO again and decrease the number here, you can see that this bullet point will now grow and or decrease from the bottom. And again, you would use your Y anchor here to shift it down or up. Now another example that we have set up here is not just on the Y, but if you wanted to use this on the X. So here you can see we have 3 columns. And again, we may want to choose which column at which point remains active when the operator chooses it. So they could come into their OMO without the Justifier and it grows from the left here. But if they wanted to have it be in the center and grow outwards from that, they could use the Justifier. And we could come into the Justifier and say align on X this time, and we'll choose center again. Then we go back into the OMO and we just turn our groups off, and you can see how this will now justify it to the center since we have it set to align on X center. So that's how the Justifier works.